Hey, what's crackalackin' fam? Blake here, Forex Money Flipper with 10 Talents Trading. How you guys doing? Guys and gals, whoever it is. Alright, well, listen, the reason that I'm making this video today is not to blow myself up, but basically to talk about some things that I have learned. I don't know, maybe some of y'all are new or trying to get into it. Maybe you're profitable or not profitable. Hey, I don't know. But I want to talk about something, and here we go. This is what I'm talking about right now. Basically, what I want to talk about is I made another video on goals, right? And this is kind of in line with that. And I didn't drop it yet. It's on my phone. I'm gonna have to like see, because I may or may not put it out. I don't know. But anyway, listen. So let's just talk about goals, all right, for a second. Okay, goals. All right. Let's talk about this for a second. All right. Now, we have, different time frames, right? Time frames, okay? So we have year, we have month, we have, day, right? Or, daily, okay? Now, these are all different goals we can have, right? Okay? So what does this look like, right? Well, the main thing, your yearly is going to can definitely change, because here's the thing, it's what it's got to do. Life has got to do with awareness, right? Okay, I always tell people that. So it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what you're doing. What you need is awareness. Okay. So well, for example, for me. Okay, once I, got my shit together and I got sober, I decided to go back to college. I went back to college. I was going to be a doctor. That was what my goal was. I enjoyed learning about the body. I enjoyed science. I wanted to learn about medicine. I wanted to help people, and also it's just a cool thing to be as a doctor, right? You can get women that way, right? Women love doctors, right? And they make a lot of money. Anywhere from 100 to like 300, somewhere in there. Depending on what you do, right? If you're a general doctor or a surgeon, brain surgeon, you're gonna make a different amount of money. But I started thinking about. I'm trying to keep this short. I started thinking about the hours that a doctor works. Sun up, sun down, they're on call, and blah, 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 and they're always in the hospital, and do I really want that lifestyle? And I did some soul searching, and in the meantime, I took a break from school, and I worked in a pharmacy for about 3 years, never went back to school, because I heard a guy on YouTube, he was like, hey, I'm here in my garage with my books and my Lamborghini. His name was Ty Lopez, and I bought the 67 steps, and I listened to every one of them, and like a couple of months, or a few months it took me, or something like that. But anyway, eventually I listened to all of them, and I got turned on to the world of entrepreneurialism, and then I listened to the audiobook of this other book by a guy named MJ DeMarco. He wrote a book called Millionaire Fastlane. I'm looking for it right here. I've got it right here. The Millionaire Fastlane, and he wrote this other book called Unscripted. So you got the Millionaire Fastlane, and you got Unscripted, and this really, it was like taking the red pill for me. The Ty Lopez 67 Steps was a big eye opener, and then MJ DeMarco's 2 books, The Millionaire Fastlane and Unscripted, was basically, once you have this information that's in these books, you can't go back. There's no going back. You will never be the same. You are changed. You can't unchange. You can't unknow what you will know once you read or listen to audiobooks. Once you consume this information, this knowledge, it's not going to be the same for you anymore. You're not going to be able to work a shitty job. You're not going to be able to just do what they tell you to do, right? Go to college, make good grades in high school. Go to college, make good grades in college. Go work for a corporation. Put money back in your 401k and then retire when you're too old to enjoy it. I'm 41 right now. I wish I had read these books when I was 19, 17, 15, whatever, 12, 10 years old. If you're old enough to read, you're old enough to know this information, okay? But it doesn't matter how old you are. or how young you are, it doesn't matter. Okay, all we have is today. Okay, what are we going to do today? Well, I was talking about awareness. Okay, so so then I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. Okay, and then I was like, okay, well, I learned how to build websites. So I learned how to build websites. Okay, well, I learned how to do marketing. I learned how to do marketing. Okay, so then I go out and I try to sell myself, and I'm like, oh, I suck at selling, so I gotta learn how to sell. So then I started studying selling, and so then I'm like, shit. And I go out there and I'm like trying to sell myself, and the one problem that I had was I didn't want to do it. Deep down, I did not want to do it. I did not want to be a social media manager or a web designer for all these people and work with all these people who I just didn't want to be one of those people that works with people. You know, you got some people who are scientists who work in a laboratory, you know, not by themselves, but you know what I mean. There's some jobs where it's more solo. It's more just you. And you say, well, yeah, web design is solo, but you also have to work with people, and then they tell you what they want, and then you got to do it, and then you got to talk about back and forth and all that stuff. You know, but there's some jobs that really are like more like kind of on your own, and there's different personalities, right? And then there's jobs that are more social, right? Like salespeople and real estate agents and whatever, okay? And you match what you do to your personality, okay? And I was trying, because Ty Lopez was always talking about social media marketing and all this other stuff, and that kind of goes in line with internet marketing and web design and all that stuff like that. So I was trying to go in that direction, and I learned a lot, you know. And then there's that guy, what's his name, Russell Brunson. I bought all his books, and I bought his program, you know, whatever it was, and I went through it, and I did all that, and I spent all this time and energy and money and on all this stuff, Grant Cardone and all this other stuff. I mean, and I'm glad that I did, in the sense that it gave me awareness of a lot of things. Okay, but where did I land eventually? Well, Ty Lopez was talking about Bitcoin. And I was like, okay, let me see what that's about. You know, I got some cash. I'll just put it in Bitcoin. And then it went up to 69,000, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is amazing. Because I bought it, I don't know, I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you the facts. I bought it at like, and this was not by my expert skills, but I bought it, I forget, it was like 30,000 or something around there, and then it went up to 69, and I was like, oh damn, I made like twice my money, right? Obviously, because it doubled from 30 to 60, but the thing about that is, like, that's not how you make money. Yeah, you can, like, you know, put money in the stock market and invest, and then it grows like 10% a year or whatever, like in the NASDAQ or the Dow or the S&P or whatever. You put money in a mutual fund or whatever, and you can grow it slowly, and that's fine. But like Bitcoin is a shit coin, okay? You're not going to get rich with Bitcoin. I don't care who says what. Oh, it's going to 1 million. Okay, you know what? That is not how I am teaching to do it. Okay, what I am. So, but that's how I got started. Was putting all my money in Bitcoin, and then basically it traded up, back down, and it hovered around like 30 something, whatever. And then during that time, that's when I started trading Forex. And then basically I would take out 100, put it in my account, lose it, take out another 100, put it in my account, lose it. And I did that over and over and over and over and over and over and over until I had nothing left, and I lost. This was probably like, it was at least 4,000 probably. I mean, I've lost at least $5,000 trading, but they're all $100 accounts, so I can't tell you how many. What is the math on that? 5,000 divided by 100. 5,000 divided by 100. 1,000 divided by 100 is 10, right? So it's like what, 50? I've blown at least 50 $100 accounts. I mean, you're looking at somebody who's blown. You can't even count the amount of accounts that I've blown. Okay, what does that mean? Well, you know, I was gambling. That's what that means. Okay, so anyway, but I ended up just diving headfirst into Forex, and that's where I am now. I dabbled some in the NASDAQ and the S&P and the but mostly in Forex. And I started off, I wanted to trade gold. This is not supposed to be a biography of me, but what I was trying to say was you need to get an awareness so that you can get to the place where you sort of belong, right? Like for me, I belong doing exactly what I'm doing because I love it. I don't like being by myself all the time. That's not healthy, okay? but I like not having to answer to anybody. I like being able, it's kind of like the difference between playing basketball or football and playing golf, you know, or some other solo sport, you know. It's like just your personalities differ, right? You got some people who like the social sports, you got some people who like, you know, just throwing darts all day, and then you go and you enter the dart competition or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, or golf or whatever you want to do. But there's different things. So Forex is a solo sport. Trading is a solo sport. But this video is supposed to be about goals. I'm 10 minutes in. I haven't even really gotten to where I'm trying to get to. But awareness, okay? Now, so what the reason I mentioned all that, if you made it to this far in the video, congratulations. Hopefully I'm not wasting your time, but awareness is going to factor into understanding that there are a plethora of basically funding companies and different brokers and things like that, and you have different styles of things that you can do. You know, I recommend, if you're going to trade your own money, you use a website called Coinex, COINEXX, and that's going to be like a 500 to 1 leverage for your, like, pretty much everything. And then if you want 2,000 to 1 leverage with a higher spread, probably that spread is going to be like, because the Coinex spread is basically 0. It's pretty much like, it's raw. So it's like, it's basically 0. It's not even 1 in terms of scale. Now, the spread on like AAFX, you get 2,000 to 1 leverage, but the spread is ridiculous. It's like 8 or 9 or 10 or something on like Euro and GBP USD. It's ridiculous. Okay, if you don't mind the spread, and I'm not saying you can't make money, you can absolutely make a lot of money with that big spread. And then I think sometimes they'll have different brokers will have fixed spreads. You kind of got to check it out, see what they've got. But awareness, right? Okay, so you have those two options. I prefer smaller spread with a smaller leverage, because you do not need 2,000 to 1 leverage. It's insane. You know what leverage is? It's just like a hand grenade, okay? And you don't want to blow yourself up. So you don't need more than 5,000 to 1. So awareness, also with funded challenges, and I'm getting to this by what I'm saying. Funded challenges, okay? You know, there's different ones. Now, so the ones that some ones that I recommend. First would be Top Step. Now, you are limited in what you can trade. There's only like 3 or 4 Forex pairs. And then you can trade, like, you know, the stock indices, NASDAQ, S&P, Dow Jones, you know, all those different types of things. You can trade oil, gold, but the futures are really where it's at with that. The futures, what I mean by that is the Euro FX futures, the Australian dollar futures, the Japanese yen futures, you know, the New Zealand dollar futures. All those ones are where you want to focus, in my opinion, because that is just the perfect lot size. And when you do the combine, you get 5 positions. And with the micro NASDAQ, it's not enough, in my opinion. Especially if you're just focusing on that one market, and then you get your live account. Because I did have a live account with Top Step until I blew it. You know, but hey, you know, I had to do that. I had to blow one at least one time, right? Just to say I did, right? Just to have a cool story, huh? But yeah. So anyway, basically, when you get to the live account, you're only going to be able to use 2 positions, and the lot sizes need to be, you know, not too small and not too big. And so what I found that's a good kind of in between, like a micro and an E-mini, S&P or NASDAQ, somewhere that's something that's in the middle of that, that's perfect lot size, in my opinion, are the futures, the currency futures. So that, like I said, that'd be like the Euro, the New Zealand, the yen, the Aussie dollar and the pound futures, Great British Pound futures. And so when you trade Forex, it's like you're trading the Euro USD or the GBP USD or the USD JPY or whatever. But with the currency futures, it's just you're just trading that one index, okay? And but it's perfect. You can make a ton of money. You can make a killing, okay? Yeah, you can make a ton. You can make a killing on using just 2 positions with risk managed positions with the currency futures on Top Step. So that's the one thing that I recommend there. And this is the thing I was talking about, awareness. When you come into the trading arena, you need to have that mindset of, I need awareness. I need to know everything. Not everything, but I need to have an awareness of what's out there. Okay, so that I can make an informed and educated decision, and I will not stop until I know exactly what I need to know, until I get exactly what I need to get in terms of, everything. But specifically, we're talking about like a broker, a funded thing. So the other one that I recommend is something called 5%ers. It's not like super clear how to say it, but I believe that's how they go about it. Because if you look at their company name, it's 5% trading, whatever. But it's the 5%ers. So if you go on Google and you type in the 5%er online funding challenge or whatever, I think their branding is like yellow, and I'll post a link down below. So check that out. I'll definitely post links, because I know if I don't post the links, it's going to be a little bit, I want to be very clear exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's called the 5%ers, and they basically sell. So to rewind, the Top Step, you start with a 50K account for $50, and you can get one free reset, or I think you get one free reset every month, and then I believe, because you're paying $50 a month. But you can if you're new, you can get a half off reset, or you can, after that, you can pay to have a reset, or sometimes you can talk them into giving you a free reset code. Like, especially if you're not satisfied with something, or you had a problem with you had technical difficulties or something, you can say, oh man, I had such happen, and I blew my account and whatever, and I couldn't figure, this technical error happened where I was logged out or whatever. And sometimes you can get, for your troubles, they'll give you a free reset code, but you got to ask for it. Anyway, now getting back to the 5%, and then you work your way up to whatever you want. They got a 100K account for like $100, and then a 150K account for $150. Okay, and like, I'm not necessarily going to go into like all the details about everything, but I recommend starting with a 50K account, and then immediately after that, go straight to the 150K account. And I actually sent them a chat. I said, hey, are you going to have bigger accounts? And they said, well, we don't know at this time, blah, blah, blah. But what they're saying, so you're saying there's a chance, right? I remember that movie, but yeah, how awesome would it be to get like a 500 or 250K account, or a, my wet dream is a $1 million account, right? That's what I want. And there are brokers out there who offer them, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to think of it off the top of my head, but the 5%ers, let's get to that one. The 5%ers is going to be your starting basic thing is going to be like a $5,000 account for like $40, like $39.99. You get a $5,000 account, and you're trading. You're not making as much as you will. The $50,000 account, you're making like 10 times as much, obviously. Because it's not really with the Top Step $50,000 account. It's not really $50,000. It's really $1,000 a day or $2,000 total. Because your daily loss limit is 1,000, so you really only have 1,000 to work with each day. But your overall total drawdown max is 2,000. So you really, the 50K account is really only like 2,000 total, 1,000 a day. That's what you're paying for. So you're giving them $50 to be able to trade with $1,000 a day and $2,000 total. So you get 2 days. Obviously if you lose $1,000, 2 days, then you blow your account. That's it. But that's where risk management comes in. And so ideally, you want to say, I'm only going to risk, $100 per trade. And the way to do that is to go in and take off instant orders. Make sure that's not checked or whatever, but make sure you don't have instant orders on, okay? And then go in and place an order where you know it won't get tripped. In other words, plan ahead of time, right? So if you see an order block and you think price is working its way down and you want to get in, place like a limit order there, and that's the only way you're going to be able to see how much your stop loss is going to be. It'll show you whatever, like 100, 150 or whatever on like FX futures, currency futures. That's typically like you can get somewhere around 100, 150 per position with your each position with the lot size that has, and I think that's good because your profit a lot of times is ridiculous. Your profit is a lot of times depending on the daily range, or if it's been in a consolidation for a few days, you can look for a big explosion, like ICT teaches. But yeah, you can easily make. You can easily triple, quadruple, or get 5 times your money on a trade, on a good trade, on a nice run. Depending on what you're trading and if there's like volume or news, or it's a big week, or it's just depending on what happens. But the point is to be consistent, right? And to consistently pull multiples of your risk. So ideally, obviously, this I don't have to tell you, but 3 to 1 and up is preferable. But anyway, okay, so the top step, we already talked about that. So the 5%er is the $5,000. Okay, so you're gonna not be making as much, but you're still gonna be doing all right. And actually, the 5%er, even though it's less money, it's easier challenge. It's an easier challenge. I forget the exact. I'm not sure if I'll be able to tell you the exact details, but like, okay, so for the top step, you have a $50,000 account. But I already explained there's 2,000, but you have to make 3,000, right? But you only have 1,000 a day to lose, but you got to make 3,000 total, and you can't go above 1,500, which is 50% of your total. What you need. So you can't go your best day can't be above 50% of your total, which is 3,000. So your best day cannot be more than 1,500, which is why you see my videos I'll post. I got $14.95. I went over the other day, one of my videos, you watch it, and then I had to like go in and lose a position for a second to lose enough money to get it just below, just right there. And so I got it within $5 both days this week that I did it. I had a winning day and a losing day and a winning day today. A winning day the other day, a losing day yesterday, and a winning day today. So, but the 5%er challenge, it's like a $5,000 account, and it's been a while since I looked at it, but like, it hasn't been that long, but it seems like you can lose, like, it's like, I want to say 200, but I think it's like 300, no, it's 500, I think, or is it maybe, I know the profit target goal is only 400, so maybe it's like 300 you can lose, anyway, whatever. But if you go and you look at it, I just remember looking at it and I remember thinking, this is actually easier because you only have to make 400, which is super easy because even though like your max risk is not that, your max drawdown is not that high, if you go look at the numbers, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't have them clear, and I apologize for not being clear on these numbers, but awareness, right? And I'm still working on my awareness all the time, and time is a big thing. We have to use our time wisely. So, and sometimes I waste my time. So, just to be honest. But so what does that bring us to? That brings us to goals. And so the whole reason I started this whole conversation was I was talking about these goals being flexible. And the reason I said that is because it depends on what prop firm you get, what broker you're trading with, what you're doing, what challenge you're doing, how the size of your account. It's all going to vary. But let's say you have a top step, right? Let's say you have top step account. Top step 50K. Okay, top step 50K. That's not that clear, is it? Top step 50K. step 50K. Okay, so say, and I haven't figured this out, but let's say whatever your goal is, let's say your goal was 50K a year, right? And like if you talk about like doing like 1% or something like that, it was like risk, and you get. I did the math in my head the other night, but I don't have it all ready to go right now. But you should be able to make 50K. So let's say your goal is like 50K, but you have a goal, right, for the year, right? And you should be able to, actually, you should, whatever the math is. So say there's 250, about 250 working days in a year, right? So if you make, well, honestly, you're not, you might not like. So let's say you average. Let's say on a good day you make 1,000, and on a bad day you lose 500. So let's say you average 500 a day. Okay, so 500 times 100, add 2 zeros, it's 50. That's just on 100 days. So 200 days, that'd be 100. Okay, and so then add 50 more days, and that would be like 225K, right? Depending, like, and I'm pretty sure the math is right on that. Let me see if I have a calculator. Yeah, I have a calculator right here. Let me see if it works. Let's say if you do 500 times 250, that's 125,000. Okay, so let's say your goal is somewhere between 50 and 125K for your 50K account, right? And I mean, we're not playing. This is not playtime, okay? We're not here to like we're here to get rich. We're here to make money. We're here to ball. You know what I'm saying? We're here to buy the Lambos and the beach house, and like I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm not here for that, okay? Maybe other people say that they're not. Say, oh, you don't focus on that and all that and stuff. I'm not talking about showing off, but I'm talking about being real. Yeah, I want all that shit. I want a Lamborghini. I want a Revolto. I want a beach house. I want all that stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. So, anyways, we're not playing. Okay, I'm not playing. I'm not here to play. You understand? All right. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna make some money. All right. And how we're going to do that is we're going to use risk management. When you use risk management, you have to. The other day, I did something crazy, and I lost, I made $1,500 on my 50K account in one day, and then I lost 1,000 the next day, and $1,500 I made again today. So I'm net, like, I need 1,000 more to get my challenge. So I'm up 2,000 total, right? So, and that's only, like, with 3 days of trading. So, my average is, like, 2,000 divided by 3, so I'm averaging this thing, computer. Watch what it does. Can y'all see this? 2,000 divided by 3, and it gives me a fraction. Are you kidding? It's been so long since I used this thing. I don't know. Are you seeing that? When I put that in there, it gives me a fraction. What the hell is that? How you gonna give me a fraction, dude? It's time to get the old trustworthy out. You guys remember these things? How long has it been since you were in college? We had these in the science. If you were in this, oh shit. The batteries, dude. They're corroded. I'm recording on my phone. That's why I can't. All right, I'm here. Don't worry. I got this battery pack. Let me get some batteries. Holy shit. These fucking things are corroding inside of the pack of shit. Look at this. These things are pieces of dog crap, dude. Are you serious right now? They're like all corroded. Are you really real? For real right now. I mean, what in the world? They're like all corroded. Look at this one. Look at the crap on that. That's corrosion, dude. I found some good ones. Look at these. These things are all corroded. Like, look at that one. Alright, whatever. You're not here for that. Neither am I. But I'm trying to get this. Trying to get a calculator that works. Do not buy Rayovac AAA batteries. You guys remember the games? I used to play that Block Dude game. Block Dude, there's your codes for the levels. Bro, dude. Okay. Let's do it. 2,000 divided by 3. Finally I got a calculator that friggin' works. Oh, my average is 666. Satan. My average is Satan. Lucifer. The devil. That's the number of man, actually. They say that's the weight of the human body without a soul. Allegedly in grams or something. I don't remember. But they're saying that 666 is actually the weight of a human body, average height and weight, I guess. Man, I suppose. Without a soul. So don't sell your soul. Nobody can afford it but Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He's the one that died for your sins and was buried and rose again. Alright, so you have a monthly goal. Okay. I know I was trying to save time, but this is not one of those videos, is it? Okay, yearly, monthly, daily. Okay. So whatever. You know, you don't need me to go down the list and write whatever the number is and all that. Okay. It varies. Now, my point is that, you know, now we'll talk about the daily goal. So I think, for example, for the 50K, I think a good daily goal would be $500. I think if you can hit $500. If you can't hit $500 with currency futures in one day, and if you can't average, basically, that's going to be okay. So that's saying so not the average, but if your winning days should be at least 500, and your losing days should be no more than 250. So let's say, what's the average of that? That's the average is two. If you have one winning day, that's 2 to 1, right? So if you made 500 one day, lost 250 the other day, you average 250. You average 2 for 2 days, so that's like 125 average a day. You see how that works? So then you need, if you had another winning day, I mean another 500 on top of the 250. So then you'd be at 750. Divide that by 3, and then now you're average 250, right? So you see how that goes, and that adds up. If you want to get your winning percentage up, and that's got a lot to do with the fundamentals. I recommend going to watch that video ICT series called Trading Plan Development. That's an excellent series. And you say, well, it's boring. Well, you know, what do you want? Okay, you want to make money, or you want to have fun. The Bible says, "He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man." But and it talks about being diligent. And it says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his work? He shall stand before kings." It talks about being diligent, okay, and all that. So, read Proverbs, and you'll see what I'm saying, okay? But you need to have a goal. And I haven't even gotten to the point of the video, but if you've made it 35 minutes in, congratulations, because I'm getting ready to tell you the whole idea of the video, the reason I made this video. I buried it right at the 35-minute mark for only the really hardcore people to find, and that is You need a cutoff point. You need to hit a goal and say, I'm done. And walk away. And you walk away. And you don't have to walk away like a big shit. Like, no, you just walk away humble. Right? Stay humble. Stay hungry. But stay humble. Okay? Now, you need a cutoff point. Okay, what do I mean? Well, if you're anything like me, you got about 5, 6 charts open. You're trading one and you're watching 4 or 5 other ones, right? And you're like, oh yeah, the dollar's going down and all these other ones are going up, right? And you're watching the yields, and you're watching the whatever that's called, the commodities price index thing, and you're watching all this stuff. You're looking at the seasonal tendencies. You're looking at this, and you're looking at that, and you're looking at all this stuff, and you're just completely and utterly and totally and absolutely obsessed. Okay, boba. Be obsessed or be average. Okay, that's Grant Cardone. I got a book. I got his book right here. Okay, boba. Now I had a Grant Cardone hat one time. It said wit, whatever it takes. But somebody, honestly, I'll tell you the truth. Somebody made fun. I felt like people were making fun of it, and I didn't know why. But I was insecure. I wish I hadn't sold it, but I sold it, and now I regret it. So, fuck people. Okay, do not let people. Just give them the finger. I mean, I'm a Christian, and I know I'm not supposed to do it, but like, really, you gonna make fun of my hat? I got deuces up for you. Okay, I ain't got no love for you. All right, you're gonna talk like that. You're gonna do like that. All right. I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna get mine. You go ahead with all that. You go ahead. You just laugh at yourself. That's what you're gonna be crying. The Bible says, "Woe to those who laugh now, for they shall mourn." Okay. That's what Jesus said. Anyways, but what was I saying about a hat? Be obsessed or be average. Okay, yeah. So if you're anything like me, you got all this stuff, all this data. You're looking at it. You're poring over it. You're obsessed. You're just going off. I mean, you are all over it. You're zooming in. You're zooming out. You're looking. You're like, okay, let me make sure I can see what I need to see. So you're checking all the time frames, and you're checking this, and you're checking that, and you're looking, and you're waiting for the news to release, and it is just like very intense. And you're sitting there, and sometimes you're in a trade, and you're just sitting there waiting, and you're like, oh man, this is like, whoo, this is boring, man. This is when's it gonna move? Like, oh my god, So there's just a lot of waiting and a lot of energy that goes into even waiting. Is more for me. Waiting for something to happen is the most excruciating thing, and I don't know if that's like the best word for it, but it is so not what I want to do. Is sit there and wait for something to happen. Like being in a trade for 16 hours, waiting. Hopefully you don't have to wait 16 hours for a market to move, but sometimes the markets consolidate and you got in way too early and whatever, and that's fine. That's up to your prerogative. But if you do your risk management, you place your stop loss. Even when I have great risk management and put a great stop loss on, I have to watch the trade. I monitor it. I can't. I have to see what's going on. So I will literally leave my computer open and my phone on for 24 hours, 48 hours if I have to. Whatever I've got to do, whatever it takes, which is what that hat said, wit, from Grant Cardone, but I sold it on eBay. I never really sell stuff that I buy that I like. But anyway, so the point is, and whenever I do, I regret it. So I need to see if I can find that hat. If you know where one is, shout me in the comments so I can pick it up. But anyway, all right. So anyway, if you're anything like me, you're really, 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 really all over it. Okay, and when you hit a lick, when you get a nice little clip, when you get a nice chunk, when you catch a lion's share of the daily average daily range, and you really clipped it, and you got it, and you got a nice little payday right there, and you take your profits. Okay, dude, bro, I'm out. And now that's either going to come down to you having some type of goal, whether it is monetary or pips, right? So could be money or pips, right? Could be money or pips. It's up to you how you want to do it. It could be that you just are trying to get the average lion's share of the average daily range. Average daily range. Now, how do I find the average daily range? I use average true range, ATR, and I go on the daily chart, and that's how I find it. I don't use the, there is one called the ADR, average daily range, that you can use on any time frame, but I don't prefer that one. For whatever reason, I have been using the ATR, okay. I've been using the ATR on the daily chart, right? So that's how I've been finding it. And let me tell you, it has been extremely accurate to the letter, to the T, to the dot. I mean, right on the money, okay? And that's what I do. So, however you want to define your goals, your daily goals, okay? This is, your daily goals are going to be based on, okay, well, some of this is going to be like, so you can have a monthly pit goal or a monthly money goal, actually, but this one is going to be only for the daily, right? Daily only, okay? So remember that. Keep that in mind. But you need to have something that says, you know what? I caught most of this move. I'm good. I risked everything I wanted to risk. You know, you can always play the retracement if you can catch it. Or, you know, you could try to wait for the retracement and then catch a little extension of the move and that. But honestly, if you have already been in the trade for 8, 10, 12 hours or whatever, even if you've only been in it for 4 hours or 2 hours, or even if it only took an hour for the whole trade to play out, whatever, the point is, no matter how long it takes, if you reach your goal, whether it's money, cash, whatever, or pips, or something like this, or based on market structure. Based on market structure. Could be based on market structure. Okay. The point is whatever your goal is, okay, and you hit that goal, do I really need to say this? Okay, so probably most of y'all have had a regular job or some type of career outside of trading, right? Or you still have one or whatever. Okay, well, when you go and you work that 8 hours or whatever, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever you work, or maybe part-time you work 4 to 6 hours, whatever. When you get done, when you punch out, when you clock out, or when you go home or whatever, do you get back in your car when you get home and drive back to work and just hang out? You know? Do you just go back to work and just say, hey guys, I know I'm done working, and but I thought I'd come hang out, and shoot the shit, shoot the breeze. It's like, no, you don't do that. And if you did do that, you would what? You would burn out, right? It's the same thing here, okay? And especially like when it comes to trading, it's a very like electronic. You've got the candles, you've got the charts, you've got the computers, you got the phone. It's digital, it's numbers, it's very like mnemonic, it's very like cold and calculated, and I said technical already, but it's very like what's the, like, I don't know if like binary is the right word, but it's like there's only two things that can happen. It can go up or down, you can make money or lose money, and it's just like after so many like hours of watching that and thinking that and having those thoughts and watching the charts and stuff like that, it's like, bro, you need to take up a hobby. You need to start like oil painting, going fishing, playing golf, go do whatever you like, shoot basketball, whatever. But you need to go and do something else that's totally different. And so I don't mean get done trading and go, and not that there's anything wrong with going and studying math or something that's like technical with numbers, that's cold, that's mnemonic, that's like kind of black and white, like trading, like binary type stuff, like like I'm gonna go study computer programming. It's like honestly, make up your mind. Are you a trader or what are you? Obviously, if you have a job, that's different, but if you're gonna be a trader, my thing is, we need an escape, an outlet. We need like get out and go take a walk. It's like, but there has to be a cutoff, right? There has to be some type of goal, objective that's met. And when I meet that goal, like for the 50K account, your daily goal cannot exceed 1,500. So if you hit 1,500 in a day, you literally have to stop trading or they penalize you, right? And then that's just on the combine. There is no limit for the live account. But you guys like sweet tea? What do you know about Georgia? Down south, down here in Georgia, where I'm from, we drink sweet tea. We drink it by the gallon. So anyways, oh boy, that's good. I only got like an hour of sleep last night. It's like 3 o'clock already. So I need the caffeine to keep me going until tonight. I don't want to be sleeping during the day. Whatever. Anyway, the awesome thing about Forex is no matter when you're up, it doesn't matter. There is going to be something you can get in. Obviously, almost everything basically reacts to New York session, right? But some of these things will rip and run all night, like yen, euro, Aussie dollar, maybe the New Zealand. Some of these things are like sort of off, doing their own thing, right? So you've got the calendar. It's on my website. If you go to blakewills.com, click on the trading thing, the calendar is on there, and it shows the different sessions and how they overlap and whatever. Maybe I'll put the link in the description, but okay, there needs to be a cutoff, there needs to be a goal, there needs to be an objective, and when you meet that, you're done for the day. Because if you don't, so somebody that goes to a casino is a gambler, right? Unless they're like a professional, you know what I'm saying. But most of the people are. Here's what people do when they get ready to go to Vegas. Okay, they say, hey, I got plenty of money. I'm going to go to Vegas. Okay, I've got X amount I'm going to put aside to what? To lose. Alright? That's what everybody says when they go to Vegas. Okay, I've never been to Vegas. I'd like to go. Not for the hookers, but not for the blow, but for the lights. And I like to play Hold'em, Texas Hold'em. That's it. I like watching the World Series of Poker. I like watching the Daniel Negreanu. That's my boy. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Doyle Brunson. But when people go to Vegas, before they leave, they say, okay, here's how much I have to lose. So before they leave, they're already primed and ready and planning on losing X amount, whatever that is, right? Now, you may say, well, oh yeah, they're going to go, everybody goes to win, and that's true. Everybody goes with some percentage of belief that they will win. You know, I don't think anybody, can be like a self-sabotage type of thing where people just want to lose it all, you know, and that is something you have to ask your psychologist about, because if you are that way in trading, you can lose everything that you put in the market, you know, and that's what I did for the last 2 years. But I've been working on myself and working on my psychology and whatever. But what am I saying? I'm saying, you know, you need goals. You need a stopping point. You need to have something to feel good about at the end of the day. And oh yeah, the gambler in Vegas, right? Okay, so they go there and they don't leave until when? Well, until it's time to go. But they don't stop gambling until either one, it's time to leave, or two, which is usually the second one happens first, which is they lose all their money, right? So they don't stop pushing that button or cranking that yank or slapping the blackjack, whatever they do, I don't know, or throwing the dice, I don't know, whatever they do there, and they don't stop until they don't have any more to lose. They lose X amount and they're like, okay, that's it, I can't lose anymore, unless they're a gambling addict, and then they're like, okay, well, let me go get some more money and then I'll be right back. And then that is a problem. But the point is that they don't stop until they're forced. Either they run out of money, they run out of time, or they're thrown out, which happens a lot. And so my point is, you don't want to be like that in the market. In other words, if you hit a banger for the day, right, and you're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, and you can watch my videos, and like today I took 1,400 cold, and I was like, damn, it ain't enough. I need to get that. It was like 14 something, 1430, 1440, I don't know, whatever it was. But I'm like, damn, I need to go ahead and get closer to my 1,500, and I got lucky, to be real. That's kind of how I see that. But I mean, I was using my analysis, but anything could happen, man. That thing could have gone whoop when I was trying to sell. But anyway, my point is that when you take that big chunk, now there's something in me and probably in you that says, oh God, I need to get more, I got to get more. But that is a problem. When you hit that big lick, when you get that bag for the day, and you're like, damn, I got the lion's share of the move, or I hit my goal, or whatever it is, there's something in me that makes me want to either keep trading or get more or whatever, and that's a problem. That's a problem that I have, and this really is, honestly, for me. I'm making this video for myself, pretty much. But if you watch it to the end, I wish there was something I could give you. But the best thing I can give you is just this video. So hopefully it helps you. Maybe in the future, when I'm like driving, God willing, a Lambo, and I'm living on on the beach and I'm like having that lifestyle and stuff, and everybody's like, how you do that? I'll be like, I made all these videos on my YouTube channel, and at the time nobody watched it, but you know, if you want to see what I did to get here, it's all on there. Because at that point I'm going to be just living life and enjoying life, and because I'm like, right now I'm just trying to pass. I'm in the process of passing my top step 50K combine, which I don't think I passed it. Now, the last time how I got the combine the last time was the live account with Top Step the last time was they had a glitch. It was like an overnight glitch. You might have heard about it. And then they were like, oh, well, because of the glitch, we're just going to give you this account here. It's only $150. And I think, honestly, it was a money deal. I think it was like I could be wrong, but it sure is a convenient way for them to get a whole lot of money real quick. If they say, oh, here's a free account. All you got to do is pay a $150 activation fee. And then, you know, you give it to a bunch of traders who aren't good enough to pass their evaluation, you know, so what are they going to do? They're going to blow the account, and then you get the money for free or whatever. Like, you get all that $150. Okay, the doctors usually tell me I'm a little bit ADD. I'm not sure if I'm OCD, but yeah, you need to have a goal, okay, and you need to have a stopping point. You need to have a cutoff, right? It's kind of like when you, it's not exactly like it, but for example, let's just say, when you go to work some shitty job somewhere, or even if it's a job you like, whatever, but it's not paying enough, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to really, you're not going to be able to build an empire with it. You're not going to be able to really have everything you want. You're not going to have wealth with that job. But you go work that job, whatever, any career. Let me just get to the point. Okay, when you go and you work a job or career, you make X amount of dollars per day, per week, per month, per year, right? You don't just take that money and go back and just take a match and light it on fire. You know, I don't know if that's like a best analogy, but you take that money, okay, and you go home, or it direct deposits in your bank account, and that money is yours. You worked for it. You gave X amount of hours, or X amount of time, X amount of energy, whatever, or you delegated X amount of hours and X amount of energy to your underlings or your employees or whatever. Anyway, but when you get paid for a job or career, you take that money and it's yours, and you put it in the bank, and there it is, right? And you can spend it and whatever. In trading, you get paid. You hit a grand slam trade or even a base hit, you make some money. Okay, what's the market doing? It's still moving. What's it telling you? You can make some more. You know, you see this here, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen, and you know, if you put a trade on, you know, you can make some more. And you have to cut it off, bro. I'm telling you, you have to cut it off. That's like the gambler. Like, I need another fix. You got some crack? You know, it's like, nah, bro, I'm good, bro. Like, I hit my 500, I hit my 1,000, I hit my whatever it is, okay? And like, boom, you know what I'm saying? Cause there's like there's a setup. There's a one major setup a day. Bank it, okay? Take that to the bank. What I just said. There's one major setup per asset a day. That's it. There's one daily range. It's gonna do some move that's gonna be the bulk of the move, and that's what you're trying to catch. Use ICT techniques, okay? But that's what I do. But I'm just saying, you're only gonna be able to do so much in one day. So hit your goal. Take a W. And drop the mic. You know what I'm saying? Drop the mic, bro. That's it. In this video, I want it to be exactly 1 hour. So with that, thanks for watching. I'm Blake, Forex Money Flipper with 10 Times Trading. Have a good one.